Video watchers, we're going to stretch the lower body today, and we're going to get started with the hamstrings. What we're going to do is put your ankles together, and we're going to grab towards your ankles, and I want you to visualize bringing your belly button towards the floor. I'm going to be real descriptive today so that you can do this without watching the video. So you're going to keep your ankles together, holding that belly button towards the floor. I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds, and at the same time, I want you to try to bury your chin inside of your chest. So hold this, get 15 more seconds. Try to make it a little deeper now, bringing the belly button closer to the floor. If you can go a 1/4 inch, that's good enough. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to go with our left leg is going to stay straight. Our right inside of our sole is going to be on the inside of your left knee. You're going to be holding your right ankle, pushing down your elbow inside the inner right knee, grabbing your left ankle with your left hand, and bringing your chest towards the sole of your shoe, the one that's on the inside of the knee. Good. Now put pressure on that right elbow, pushing that bent knee down closer to the floor. And that's going to stretch the brevis, the inside of your thigh. Good. Try to pull the left toe towards your forehead, pushing out your heel, giving a little bit more of an execution on the stretch towards the hamstring. Good. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, making it a little deeper. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bringing the right leg to meet your left leg. Now you're going to bend your left leg to that starting position that we had on the previous stretch. Having your left elbow on the inside of the left knee. Grabbing the right ankle. Pressing down on the left knee. Getting it closer to the floor. Pulling the right ankle. Getting the belly button closer to the floor as well. Good. You should feel it in your lower back just a little bit, but mostly in that right leg. Pulling the right toe towards your forehead, pushing out the heel, executing the stretch just a little bit more. Sinking into it a little bit deeper, 1/4 inch is fine. Good. 10 seconds. 8, 6, 4, 2, good. Bringing that left leg back up to meet your right leg. Now you're going to bring both of them in towards your pelvis. Both of your soles in towards your pelvis for a butterfly stretch. With the butterfly stretch, you're going to be grabbing your ankles. A lot of people want to go grab their toes. We're going to grab our ankles here, making it a little bit more textbook. Alright, so you're going to grab your ankles, putting your elbows inside your inner knees, pressing down on your knees, and pulling in your heels towards your groin area. So you're just going to push down, keeping your back real straight. Try not to round your lower back. Keeping your shoulders high, putting pressure on both knees. And this stretches the inner thigh, the brevis muscle. This is what makes your foot come closer towards your midline. So a lot of people have this very tight. So you want to stretch it out, creating more of a range of motion, more of a limber hip. I'll hold this for 15 more seconds. Pushing down more with the elbows now. Really trying to get those knees towards the ground. And bringing the knees together. Relaxing for a second. Good. All right. Now what we're going to do is stretch the IT band. So I'm going to show you on the side view. You're going to keep your shoulders on the floor, putting pressure on the right knee. The right knee is pointing towards the ceiling. You're going to be putting pressure so that your hips stay flat on the ground. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pull that knee across your midline, keeping pressure and downward force so that your hips stay flat. If your hips raise up, that's wrong. Keep your hips flat and pull that knee
towards your chest, across your midline, not only down, but across. Really pull so that you feel a stretch coming from your inside of your knee all the way down to your hip. Hold this one for 10 more seconds. Notice how my left foot is facing the ceiling. It's not pointed out, it's facing the ceiling. Good, all right. Bringing the right leg down to starting position, switching legs, pushing down, downward force, and then moving across the midline. Pushing down with a lot of force, enough to make your hips flat. Again, if they raise up, you're not executing the stretch. You can see I'm pretty tight here. Holding, trying to make it a little bit more, a little deeper in the stretch. Pulling that knee across your chest a little bit more. 9, 8, 2, and 1. Great. Now we're going to go with a glute stretch. So you're going to be bringing your right ankle in front of your knee, like you're crossing sitting in a chair. You're going to grab behind the left leg, right where your hamstring is, letting your knee bend, rocking back to your upper back where your shoulders are, pushing your right elbow on that right knee, having the leg that's crossed real flat by the pressure of your right elbow. And now you're pulling your leg closer to your body, stretching out, letting it real loose on your lower body. You can be tight on the upper body because you have to place force, but try to keep the lower body nice and limber, nice and loose. Holding 10 seconds. Relax your neck. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Release your hands, helping your ankle go back to the starting position on the floor. Switching to the other side, left ankle on the front of your knee, grabbing your hamstring, pushing that elbow on the left knee, and pulling the whole lower body towards your shoulders. We're going to hold this one again for 25 seconds. 5 seconds are down already. Go ahead and push a little harder on that elbow now and pull in a little bit more. Fighting that stretch, making it happen. It won't happen unless you get past that comfort zone. You got to make it pretty uncomfortable for a static stretch. All right. 5, 4, relaxing the neck. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. So now behind the leg is all good and limber now. And of course, we're going to have to do the front of the leg as well, and the front of the hip. So we're going to lay on our side. Our right hand can just be fully relaxed. Our left leg, the one that's off of the ground, we're going to grab the ankle. All right? Keeping the heel close to the glute, close to your butt. You want to get your knee past your other leg. So you're pulling your leg back, keeping your shoulders forward. Don't let them sink back. Keeping your shoulders forward, chest is out, and you're pulling that ankle close to your glute, relaxing the neck. Holding this one for 20 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax the quad. We're going to be flipping to the other side. I'm going to spin so you can get a frontal view. Again, left arm now is on the floor. Left leg is on the floor. I'm going to be grabbing my right ankle, bringing my heel towards my glute, keeping the knees close together, and pulling back, keeping my chest out. Now, if you have knee problems, like right behind the kneecap, or you always feel like the front of your knee is really tight, this will really help you limber up and stand easier or walk easier without that pain. Now that's just an assumption. I don't know your particular case, but this seems to help in that general area. I'm going to bring it back 10 more seconds. Upper body can be tight now, but let your lower body stay loose. Don't make your lower body fight it. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. So now we're going to go with the hip flexor, which is in the front of your thighs, in front of your hips. You're going to go for a lunge position, and you're just going to let your hips sink. Letting your hips sink closer to the ground. You should be feeling the stretch on the left leg. So your right foot is on the floor, left knee is on the floor, and you're sinking your hips right underneath your shoulders. You're not letting them come forward or too far back. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and good. Coming back to both of your knees. Starting position. Going to bring the left leg now to the lunging position. Letting your hips sink, both hands on your hips. Awesome. Going to hold this one for 20 seconds. Here is a big muscle for women, because women have wider hips than men naturally. So if you're a woman, you can use this stretch more than once a day, and it'll clear your posture right up. 15 more seconds. And the hips sink a little bit more, a little closer to the ground. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Thank you for joining me for stretches. Make sure you do these at least 3 times a week, at least 3 times a week. 5 or 6 times a week would be ideal for stretching, keeping your range of motion. No ceiling on the performance of the range of motion. Enjoy.